We're back with a brand new video. It is 5 players Rangers need to keep in January. We did sell. Here's 5 players that need to be kept, padlocked in, good night, get them to new contracts, or just reject all bids, whatever their situation is. But we're going to kick off at numero uno, in no particular order, but this guy's probably the one you want to keep the most, and it is Ryan Kent. Of course, it's actually scary because we're in January and people can talk to this guy, and that goes to the next guy, and I think potentially the next guy. So, I mean, 3 key players that could be at the door, could be getting chatted up here, and it's not good. But Ryan Kent, he's been rejuvenated under Michael Beale. I think, even for the last couple of games under Gio, I think he was probably the best player. Even though we were shite, I think you could definitely see glimpses of Ryan Kent. And on his day, man, like, he is one of the few players that Rangers have that is actually unplayable. Like, we've seen him in the Europa League last year. I mean, it's not like, oh, he's unplayable against Livingston. No, he fucking destroyed Dortmund across 2 legs. And other games, man. The guy, on his day, and you know what, under Beale, he's had very good days. He's had very good days, and I want them to continue, and I think we need to re-sign him, because, I mean, you re-sign him, right? Say it doesn't work out, you're going to get a decent amount of money. If you don't re-sign him, he's either going to go for free or fucking peanuts. Like, realistically, with 6 months left on his deal, if we sold him in this window, are you going to make... You're not going to make more than 5 million on him. No fucking chance you're going to make more than 5 million on him. You re-sign him, you're looking at a decent fee if you do move him on. And that brings us to player number 2. The exact same thing. Alfredo Morelos. Now, of course, he's not been as good as Kent under Beale, but he's still been good. He's bagged in with a few goals, and you can see he's lacking fitness. See Morelos, I mean, again, Morelos last year, like Kent. See, before his injury, the guy was absolutely brilliant. See, against Dortmund, man, fucking hell, what a 2 performances that these two put in against Borussia Dortmund. And Morelos, he just makes the team tick. Like, his link-up play is brilliant. Now, I know against Celtic, his link-up play was very good for a certain Dyson Maeda, but I can let that slide, alright? Morelos, I don't know, I just feel like Morelos, it's like, some players are like Marmite, some people love them, some people hate them. You'll find very few Rangers players that don't like Morelos, and I think he's a fan favourite. Get him signed back up. We need to keep Alfredo, especially if we don't sign anyone, like, because I feel like with Čolak and Morelos, that is 2 players that we want to keep. That is, one starts, one is on the bench, and vice versa. Now, with potential players that are going out that I want rid of, like a Scott Wright that could be going out, Matondo that could be going out on loan, if I had my way. I've seen us linked with Shankland. I'll probably make a separate vid on that. Now, imagine if you could have Morelos, Shankland, and Čolak at your disposal. Now, that is good. Not injury hit Kemar Roofe, who's fit for about 2 games a season and is just pish. That is 3 players who are dependable. You've got Morelos, who can do it all. You've Čolak, who's a goal scorer, and you've Shankland, who I'd say is more probably well-rounded than Čolak, and is also a goal scorer, man. Look at his goals. Look, he's people very critical of him. When he first came up with Dundee United, but look at him now for Hearts, man. Unreal player. Get Shankland in. If I was doing, I might do 5 players Rangers should sign, and he'd be top of the list, brother. Because Shankland is a great player. Coming in though, next up we've got Kamara. Now, I called this guy the £20 million man, baby. Probably not that anymore, but he's got a few months left on his contract again. But you know, his better football has came this season under Beale. He looks like a guy rejuvenated. And again, that goes for most players when they get a new manager in. Silky, smooth, saucy Glenn Kamara. What a man this guy is in that midfield on his day. And we just need to get him re-signed because he is worth a few million, you know. Personally, he's not worth 20, alright, I take that back. Maybe 2 seasons ago, like, he could have pushed over 10, 15, 20. Maybe not. But anyway, next, with Yilmaz. Guy linked with loads of moves back to Turkey. Personally, I think he does lack the physicality to properly push on, but I think we've got to keep him. I think we've got to keep him for the simple reason is I think he is a hidden gem. I think if we get rid of him, he would absolutely take off and we'd be like, why did we get rid of it? We brought this guy in for decent money and then we sold him like within 6 months. We keep Yilmaz, we see it out. We folded it in, we see it out, brother, as Clay Morrow would say. Or actually it was Jack Steller. But anyway, number 5 Number 5, we have got Tillman. Of course, it's a loan, but we need to make it permanent. Enough said. Him and Kent, you know, like, I know the team has remained very stagnant over the years. Like, when you see, like, the team that we were putting at the Champions League, like a team we fielded 3 years ago, there wasn't much difference. But there is some players that just need to be mainstays. And when I look at the likes of Tillman, Kent, Morelos, Goldson, right, even though I've been very critical of Goldson, but you know what? I think we need him. You've seen the difference as he come back, and I think he's got loads of mistakes in him, but and is very pish at corners. But there is just players in the Rangers team that are mainstays, and there's a reason why they've been in the team. Now, there's other players who just for some reason are in the team, always on the bench. Scott Wright, I need to take the wee Scott Wright agenda away. Anyway, he's shite, Scott Wright. We move on. But Malik Tillman, guy scores wonder goals. He's brilliant on the ball. He's only 20. I believe it's only 6 million to sign him up. He loves Rangers. Get it done. And until next time, peace.